I would say one of our core values was we are inclusive, right? Very short, easy sentence. But when I would ask people what that meant to them, people had a lot of different ideas of what inclusivity was. And so I would listen to that and I would get an idea from talking to them. Are you going to be a good fit for us? Because we mean inclusive very broadly. We mean creating a sense of belonging, not just tolerance. And so I would be able to tell from their answers whether or not they were going to be able to join us in that.
Tell me more about the belong. You said belonging, not just tolerance.
When I first started at my firm a million years ago, the thing that everybody was talking about was diversity, right? And so you would bring in members of underrepresented groups, which is what that meant, right? You would bring in members of underrepresented groups, but you wouldn't have actually created a space for them. And so they wouldn't stay. I remember that I worked for a Black woman partner and she brought in a piece of work and the work was in another office. And so she called a partner in that office and she said, I'm sending this piece of business to you. I would like you to use this Black associate. And his response was, I'll never forget it. I was sitting there and I was listening on speakerphone. He said, oh, okay. I wouldn't have thought of him. And what that told me was exactly that. He wouldn't have thought of him. And so here's a guy who's in his office who actually was a great lawyer and left the firm and became like a great sports agent. But he was sitting down the hall and this partner would never have thought to work with him. And so I think that when we moved from diversity to inclusivity, then it became, okay, diversity is inviting me to the party and inclusivity is asking me to dance.